Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to week 14, playoff week. Sorry the video's getting up so late, guys. Been going into work early, coming home late. It's just been one of those weeks, holiday time. Retail, anyone who's ever worked it knows this is, make or break for the year. So, been putting in a lot of work. But, here it is finally, a couple days before the actual first week starts, even though we did have a game last night. Figured I'd get it up there in time. Jasmine, shush. So just wanted to say congratulations to those teams. Also wanted to, talk about kind of how the playoffs shook down. I don't want to talk about it too much, like I said before. The situation happened. I do want to apologize as the league manager. It slipped through the cracks. All the league members missed it as well. And, it's something that we just have to watch in the future. Maybe it wasn't handled all the way correctly, but, that's something we kind of had to do on the fly because playoffs were so quick. Congratulations to Eric, myself, Brock, and Mike for making the playoffs. Big feat, very competitive year, very close to the end, so you guys definitely earned it. Nice job. I do want to apologize to John. Sorry with the way the league went, but majority rules on the vote. That's the way we decided to do it, and, it's kind of a crazy situation because, yeah, it was like that all year, but in the end, head-to-head record would have been the actual ESPN standard rule. It could have went either way, and I'd be apologizing to Eric, too, if we had stuck with the rule. So, it's fantasy. Yes, you did pay $50, but, I would gladly give either one of you $50 if it meant a friendship. So if it does, call me. $50 is yours. But I do apologize for the crazy misconvenience that it was, the inconvenience that it was to everyone in the league. That had to argue about it and talk about it, and it became a big debate. And yeah, it's something that maybe could have been handled easier, but it is what it is, guys. We flip it for next year. Hopefully, everyone's on board for next year. Everyone's excited for next year. I know I am. I know I talked to a lot of people. Everyone's just about to be on board. Jasmine, would you shut the fuck up? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's hop into that last week scoreboard, the Week 13 scoreboard. I'm going to do a separate video for the previews, just for the playoffs, talk about the other matchups as well. But looking at this one, guys, first, I'll go through the first big matchups, and then I'll touch on the other ones. The big matchups that were the must-wins, Polish Pounder versus Megatron's Army. I pulled out the 127 to 120 victory. The two highest scoring teams of the week play each other, and I pulled out the victory with a big Monday night win. Ryan Matthews scoring a lot of points there to seal the deal for me and get me in the playoffs. That win, if I won that one, I was automatically in. Yeah, good game there. A lot of scoring, fun to watch, but I'm excited I won. The next big one was Autobot Revolution versus Titletown USA. Jared's surprising victory, got the 87-85 victory on that one, and sealed Aaron's fate. Had Aaron won, it would have put the pressure on me to win against Brock. Big win for Jared and Joe to close out the season at 5-8. Aaron dropped his 6-7. Mike, put it on Nico, even though Nico gave a valiant effort. Mike 120, Nico 96. Mike locked up the year, finished at 9-4, second best record in the league. So nice job, Mike. Finally a competitive team for you. Nico finished out the year strong though, 3-10, with a nice 96 pointer. He had a tough year, but definitely having Nico on board next year. Kiss My Ash against Foster Care. Ashley pulled out a huge 108 victory. Cam Newton leading the way with 37 points. He was the highest scoring fantasy point player all week. Eric, this was kind of a must-win game, but she knocked that out to kind of force the debate that we had. And the next one, which was, the one that everyone was watching to the end, was Bolingbrook Blue Ballers versus the Regulators. Jabi edged out John 76-74, making both teams 6-7. The big thing in this was, had John won this game, we wouldn't have even had the tiebreaker talks. John would have won because we already knew Eric was out at that point. But hey, guys, that's fantasy. It's a point here, a point there. You start a different kicker. you know, it's always hindsight's 20/20 in fantasy, but you know, you got to go no regrets. It was a fun week. It was a busy week. It was a crazy week. It was a like a pressure-filled week for me. Like I told a lot of people, guys, I was really stressing out about this tiebreaker. You know, obviously I want the league to be run right. I want it to be done correctly. I don't want any mishaps. That happens. No league is run perfect in the first couple years. We're just in our second year of this league that I'm running it, so you know, yeah, we got some kinks to work out. Yeah, we got some point things to work out. You know, this is stuff that needs to be addressed right at the beginning of the year so we can kick it in the ass, and then it's good to go smooth sailing the rest of the year. So next year, you know, I'm going to need a lot of owners to be a little bit more, you know, aware of the rules and say, like, hey, man, we need to fix this, and boom, we're on it. So we'll get that next year. We'll be fine. You know, guys, I'm actually making another video. It's late. I just got home from work. I got to work at 7 tomorrow. So let's just do a quick little video on the playoffs here, week 1. I'm going to touch on the matchups here real quick. You know, jumping in here, we got the first matchup, which is the number 1 seed, Megatron's Army, versus the quote-unquote number 3 seed, Polish Pounders. Looking at this, guys, both projected a ton of points. If you look, you know, 4 teams in the playoffs are projected a ton. Brock's projected at 125 over my 121. Both have really good matchups. He's got Stafford and Calvin Johnson against Minnesota. I think I gotta, this fucking computer's taking forever to load, so I apologize. I'm also in my basement because my parents are sleeping and I don't want to wake them up. So next week I will be posting a new video in my new house, so that'll be cool. But anyway, here we go. I got Tom Brady versus Washington. LaShawn McCoy against Miami is actually a tougher matchup than I thought. And then Ryan Matthews at Buffalo should be a good one with Roddy White at Carolina. So guys, yeah, this is looking, you know, like it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to come down to a couple big matchups. So, you know, I obviously want to take myself in this one. Excuse me. I want to take myself in this one. It's really tough. You know, Brock 10-3 year. I won 6 in a row to, you know, put me in playoff contention and finish at 8-5. You know, it's a huge week. I really want to win. As the league manager, I'd love to win a championship and get that sweet trophy, especially knock off the favorite to win the championship. So, you know, him or Mike. But, you know, this is going to be a tough matchup, guys. I can't really make a prediction. It's going to be very close. A lot of points scored. So, you know, we'll touch base next week. I'll hopefully get the video done. I'm off Tuesday, so I should get a video out nice and early. You know, a couple nice long videos to talk about the week. This is the next matchup I want to talk about, which is Foster Care at the 4 seed versus Team Badasses, the number 2 seed. Eric projected at 130 to Mike's 117. Crazy week. And, you know, just from yesterday's game, Antonio Brown got 21 points. And Ben Roethlisberger got 17 for Mike. So, I mean, 2 big starts right out of the gate for these 2 guys. And, you know, it's going to be another really good playoff matchup, guys. I mean, we're talking, you know, 250 points projected for these 2 teams combined, and, you know, it's going to be a really good matchup. You know, I think Eric can pull an upset here, even though he's got Michael Bush against Green Bay, Arian Foster against a tough Cincinnati defense. You know, looking at it, Ravens defense is going to kill Indy. Which that's a huge matchup for them. I think Carson Palmer is going to have a rough go at Green Bay. They pick a ton of balls off. You know, so Eric's matchups, I think he's projected a little too high, but it's actually a good matchup for him. You look at Steven Jackson against Seattle and Marshawn Lynch against St. Louis. Marshawn Lynch has been on a tear. Marshawn Lynch is about to own St. Louis. You know, it's hard having 2 running backs face each other. It's rare that both go off, but you know, I could see a possibility of that. You got Maurice Jones-Drew at Tampa Bay, which Chris Johnson just tore them up. So I see Maurice Jones-Drew hitting at least 18 to 20 points. You know, looking, you know, Rob Gronkowski, he's been amazing. He's going to continue to dazzle. You know, I could see Mike winning this one based on his matchups. I think Eric's projected a little high. He does have some good matchups, but with that good start from Antonio Brown, you know, I could see Eric maybe pulling the upset here. So looking at this one, very tough, guys. Very hard to make a projection. Just on matchups, I got to go with Mike, just as how good his team's been playing. So, you know, it's gonna be another. Both teams are gonna score triple digits, like I think in the other matchup with me and Brock. So, like I said, guys, this is playoff time. This is, you know, what we've worked for all season. I want to touch on the other matchups here real quick. We got John facing Aaron. John projected at 94. Aaron's projected at 86. I see he's got Matt Forte in the lineup. I know, you know, after you miss the playoffs by a game, I know you guys aren't, you know, most people aren't going to care. So, Aaron, if you're watching this, please set your lineup. I know he's got, you know, nobody you can really throw in there. But, going on to the next matchup, both teams, John and Aaron, both are 6 and 7. Both, you know, up and down years for them. Hopefully both owners are back next year, look to rebound. It was, like I said, a good year. I mean, John's team was one of the best drafted in the league. And, it's just tough. It shows you how competitive and how even this league was when, you know, you look at Eric finished at 6 and 7 and was the 2nd seed. I mean, the league was very competitive, and there was a lot of wins, a lot of losses for teams. Shut up. And so, I mean, guys, that's just how it works sometimes in fantasy. It's crazy. Like, you know, we looked at Nico's team and was like, God, this team is fucking awesome. You know, he's going to have another big year, and he finished at 3 and 10. I mean, that's the way it works. And we look at Mike. We criticize the shit out of Mike's draft, and now he's the 2nd best team in the league. So it's either we don't know a lot about fantasy, or that's just how fantasy works. And it's truly how it is. Looking at Ashley and Jobby's matchup. Ashley finished 6 and 7, so did Jobby. I mean, you look at this, guys. I mean, so many teams close to 500. That's just how good the league was. The parity in the league was just that good. Looking at Ashley, she's projected at 119 to Jobby's 92. She'll probably get another stud outing from Cam Newton. Ray Rice is about to run all over Indy. I think Ashley was about a week off from matchups. Give her another week, she could have possibly been a playoff team. Jared and Nico going at it in the final matchup of the week. Projected pretty close. Nico projected at 99. Jared and Joe projected at 94. Both teams had, pretty struggling years. Joe and Jared actually turned it on and finished at 5 and 8. So definitely nice job, guys. Like I talked before, Nico had a rough go around with injuries, guys. And when the injury bug bites, there's really nothing you can do. It's not how bad you are as an owner. It's just the way it works sometimes, and you have to battle from there. He traded for Adrian Peterson late, and then Adrian Peterson got hurt. I mean, that's just the story of Nico's year, and there's nothing he can do. Like I said, guys, I want to thank everyone, first of all, for being in the league. I know we had our ups and our downs this year. I mean, mostly ups. We got a lot to talk about, obviously, on terms of trades and some point changes, and obviously how the playoffs are going to go. I mean, from here on out, I mean, it's obvious that the playoffs need to be set ESPN standard, and all the yada, yada, yada. I mean, there's obviously some things that could have gone better this year, but I think on a whole, I think I'd grade the league a 9. Besides what happened as of late, I think trades were judged on pretty fair. The way transactions are done, I think, is pretty cool, giving rewards out to the most points and all that. I think it was a good league so far, and, hopefully everyone wants to come back. We made a poll on there who wanted, and I think, like, 70% of the league voted, like, an 8 and up. They'd rate the league. We got a couple ones. I don't know if that's people being funny. If you don't like the league that much, you can leave. I do have a lot of owners who do want to join. I know Joe wants his own team, so if you're not happy with the league, guys, don't be in a league you're not happy with, because it won't be fun for you. It won't be worth your $50. It won't be worth it for everybody else. So, like I said, if you're having a good time, stay. You're more than welcome. You guys are all my close friends. I wouldn't want to be in a league with anybody else. But if you're not having fun and this league is not for you, no hurt feelings. Just let me know, and I'll find another owner for you. Like I said, guys, I mean, I really want everyone in this league, and like I said, no hurt feelings. If you don't want to be in, no problem. But I do want to say thank you guys for all sticking around with me. We got another video coming next week. Got some great matchups this week for the playoffs. Be sure to comment and vote on who you think's going to win, because this right now is what we've kind of been in it to win it for all year. A lot of money in the pot to be won. So if you have any questions, make a post, comment, let me know. Sorry the video is kind of short, but like I said, guys, long week, so I'll be coming back to you Tuesday. But good luck to all the playoff teams this week, and I will see you guys later.